Welcome back, everyone. Once again, it's time for Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. Okay, are you ready? Let's see who we have today. Ooh, look at this one. Bloodstrike, Blood Brothers Prelude Bloodstrike, number 1, 295, back in 1993. This is by Rob Liefeld and Dan Fraga. Now, don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. All right, don't forget also hit that sub button. We really appreciate that. Give me a like, give me a dislike, whatever. And tell me in the comments what I can do to make it any better. Here we go. Got an unexpected call from our source up in Central Intelligence. While back, Rome looks like there's a problem developing with one of the Gate International's armed facilities. Details were sketchy, but with all the firepower at Gate's disposal, any little slip-up could pose a serious threat to national security if it's not taken care of in a hurry. Base is located out in the middle of the Arizona CI. Should be patching the coordinates through you any minute now. You picking anything up? I'm processing the information as we speak, Cabot. Based on what I have so far, it shouldn't take more than an hour to charge my cells for a long-distance transport. Good. I'll get the rest of the team together. We'll be moving 5 bodies this time, Rome. Genetic and technological engineering. Later on tonight, our fine friend at Gate won't know what hit him. And I guarantee he'll wish he never had the pleasure of tangling with Bloodstrike. Okay. I'm trying something different again, as you can see. And I'm having a little problem. Here we go. 2100 hours. Everything's moving right on schedule. Foreplay and Deadlock go ahead of us to run recon, and we meet up with them at the top of the peak. I give the traditional pep talk, buys time for Rome to juice up again. She's extended her self-body, her limits with this one, and we still need her in top of form to port us into the heart of the compound. How about that? They call the place Jericho. It's as massive and impressive as a legendary namesake. Must have cost Gate a fortune. Shame for them. It's about to come to an end. Whatever the problem is here, somebody high up must really want to trash these guys. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Rome tells me she's warmed up and ready to go, so we move out. From here on in, we've got one objective. Make sure Jericho comes a-tumbling down. All right. Yeah, we're not doing too good here. Once we're on the ground, everything moves along pretty much according to plan. And there they go. Down, up there, down there. Deadlock and Foreplay create a disturbance outside the main gate. While me and Tag take the party inside. It's dead quiet, and we rappel down the wall onto the compound. But I take care of that when we run into our first set of guards. I take them down quickly, and we get going again before attracting more attention than necessary. Or so we think. Thought it all, Tag doesn't say a word. She doesn't have to either, because she's about the closest thing to what they call poetry in motion I've ever seen. She's as swift as is silent, and as deadly as she is beautiful. Midway through the tunnel, we run ahead on into the second band of grunts, making it pretty clear the folks in charge are on to us. Not that it matters in the final wash of anything. Because these mooks are history, whether they knew we were coming or not. Me, I'm nowhere near as graceful. I just take aim, clench my teeth, let the bodies fall where they may. And that they do in great abundance. When the shooting stops, I count 12 men down. Not bad considering I'm just getting warmed up. Tag says she's anxious to get going again, so I nod that I'm ready and we start moving. All of a sudden, though, I get this weird feeling like I'm doing something I've done before, and I freeze up. Stupid flashbacks always hit me at the worst time, reminding me of things I did back when I was still alive. It takes me a few seconds, but I ride out the worst of it. Unfortunately, a few seconds is all it takes for something to go wrong, which is exactly what happens once I've gotten my head back together again. Good evening, my friends. I am Commander Corbin, and you, whoever you may be, have made the unfortunate mistake of trespassing on a gate installation. Ordinarily, I would ask you to drop your weapons and take you into custody for questioning. The circumstances being what they are, however, I'm afraid I'll have to forego any such decorum in favor of simply disposing of you immediately. Guards? Corbin laughs long and hard as his henchmen take aim on me and Tag. There's something like half a dozen of them, and it's enough to make me laugh. 6 guards or 600. It don't make a damn bit of difference when you're shooting at a dead man. I'm just about ready to let him in on that little piece of information when practically out of nowhere, the cavalry arrives. Shogun looks like an angel of destruction as he crashes through the skylight, and judging by the way Corbin and his goons react, I'm not the only one making that comparison. What? Looks like you've run across a bit of trouble, huh, Cabot? Need a hand? A hand wasn't exactly what I had in mind, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean, all right. Ching, ching, clunk, clunk, whir, whirl, chick, chicka, chicka, chick. Ooh, we gotta turn it this way now. That's the great thing about a guy like Shogun. Not only is the size of a tank, but he's built like one too. Once he's got all his weapon systems up and running, that angel of destruction comparison starts sounding like more and more like the truth. Am I to presume this is supposed to intimidate me? You can save your parlor tricks for someone who gives a damn. Okay, guards. Especially if you're the receiving end of one of the largest mobile arsenals ever created. Corbin's men don't look too excited as he orders them to show us what they think of this paltry display of power. And we turn back. Reach, reach. And with good reason. Screech. Shogun cuts him down before a single one of them ever has a chance to pull a trigger. Not that it would have mattered one way or the other. Shogun's polishing the last of them off when I realize something's up with Corbin. He's been hit too many times to be standing, but there he is, laughing loud and clear like some kind of crazy hyena. Just as I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together, Corbin starts discorporating he's nothing more than a lousy holographic projection. Thought you had me there, didn't you? Cool, Cabot. Colonel Cabot. Too bad you do. Well, not to underestimate me, my friend. Jericho is far tougher not to crack. Then you'd better believe, contrary to what you may have been told. Goodbye for now. With that, he blinks out, and all of a sudden I've got this cold feeling in my gut. Not because he's trying to confuse me by playing cat and mouse, but because he knows my name. There ain't no reason in the world why Corbin should know fact number one about me, let alone my name and rank, and that bothers me. For a second, I think we've been set up, but after a few minutes, I decide that not easy. This one's more complicated than I can feel. Whatever the case, though, I figure we better find the others and let them know what's up before going any further. Since Rome's still recharging her cells after porting us into this compound, Shogun gets the chance to show off his liftoff capabilities. Never ceases to amaze me all the gadgets they can stick into Shogun's armor. He's got to be the best equipped guy on the face of the earth. Hold tight, people. We're about to lift off. A couple of seconds later, and we're airborne. And with the exception of Corbin's little surprise, so far, so good. I just hope things are going as smoothly for Deadlock or Foreplay. Come on, Foreplay, get a move on. I might as well be taking these mutts down all by my lonesome. I mean, haven't got all night. Right, buddy. Hug. Hug? Aw, come on. What's it take to get a decent fight out of one of you losers? We come all the way out to the middle of Arizona for Christ's sake. And it looks like the least you could do is have a little fun while we're here. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you all, but I'm having a ball. Now there's a comforting thought. Crack. Did you ever stop to think you might enjoy all of this just a little too much? After all, look where your devil-may-care attitude got you the first time around. Ha! You're one to talk. At least I don't got playing it safe to blame my current state of affairs, darling. I mean, shush. I thought I heard something. Darn right, you heard something. And that's something called Shogun. Shogun brings us down the middle of what looks like the staging area for small war, and I can see Deadlock and Foreplay have more than taken care of themselves in our absence. Then again, there's not much that could stand up to either one of them, let alone the two of them together. Both of them look pretty anxious to hear what's going on down inside, but after having to think on the way over, let's just try something real quick here. That better? That might be a little bit better. I don't think anyone's going to be too thrilled with what I plan to do next. Hey, that was quick. We ain't out of here already, are we? As a matter of fact, we are, Deadlock. I don't believe our presence here is necessary any longer. Wait a second. What about Corbin? What about him? Near as I can tell, he's just doing his job here. Now he knows who I am. Have no idea, but I do know this. Whoever paid for us to take on this mission definitely had another motive than protecting our national security interests, and as far as I'm concerned, that's a reason enough for us to get the hell out of this place. Carrying out other people's secret agenda may come with the territory in the outfit, but you gotta draw the line somewhere, people, and I'm drawing it here. Wait a second. Oh, expertly spoken, my dear Colonel Cabot. You're quite the orator. Corbin! Yes, it's me again. I have to commend you. You have to so close to discovering the true reason behind your deployment to Jericho. So close, in fact, that it makes explaining why I must now destroy you that much easier. You see, you couldn't have been more correct when you suspected a hidden agenda surrounding your mission. Here, likewise, you were dead on assuming I was merely doing my job when I attacked you during our initial confrontation. After all, Colonel, you were clearly the aggressor, and it is the fact of my duty to protect the installation from our forms of all aggression, a duty I have taken pride in performing, and performing well for the duration of Jericho's existence. A job well done isn't always repaid in kind. However, in my case, in fact, it was quite the opposite. The higher-ups here at Gate were convinced by some unknown faction that I was slacking off on my duties, that I was past my prime. I was going to be let go. Damn them. But now, no, there's our secret agenda came in, you see. It was I who requested your presence here, Colonel. I knew if I could stave off an attack by your strike force, there was no way they could ever let me go. They would be losing far too great an asset. You hired us to... That's insane. Insane? My plan is flawless. Only if I failed could you call me insane, and I don't intend to fail. Shoo! Cabot! Huh? And here I thought you came out of the project better than before. So much for the theory that you can't kill a dead man, eh? Ha 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 ha. Actually, you'd be surprised how remarkably valid that theory is. Shogun, take him down. Ka-chink, ka-chink. Ha 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 ha. Ka-choom! My power packs, without them I can't. Fly, teleport away. Take your pick. You're not doing any of them anymore. Guess your plan wasn't quite as flawless as you thought, huh? Perhaps not, Colonel, but this isn't over yet. Not by a long shot. You're right, it isn't. Make your move, Corbin. For a second, he just stands there glowering over me, and like I said before, a second's all it takes for something to go wrong. There's a reason why this girl's called Tag. Hey, anything she touches freezes in place just like a game. And this time, Corbin's it. What? By the time I'm on my feet, Corbin's getting pretty nervous. He's got beads of sweat running down his face, and over again, he's mumbling something about cutting a deal with us. I ain't buying. Commander Corbin here seems to be a tad uncomfortable with his present situation, Shogun. In fact, he seems downright miserable. Why don't you put the man out of his misery? Uh-oh. Kablam, 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 frozen, blim, 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 whoo! That's Shogun for you. Shogun turns off the heat, and so quiet you can hear the blood dripping while it empties out of Corbin's body. Silence like that always reminds me of the one this job prime benefit. You kill the guy, you don't have to listen to him whine about how perfect his plan was while you're hauling him off. So there he stands, looking cold as lifeless, with his eyes still open. All in all, it's a pretty pathetic sight. But that's what you get if you want to jerk around with Bloodstrike. Rome, get us out of here. Sometime later. And there you have it. Bottom line, Rome, the whole mission left a bad taste in my mouth. Then again, though how many of them don't? It's always pretty much the same. If we're not being used by one person, we're getting used by the next. But it ain't my job to dispute how things get done around here. Anyway, I guess it's about time we got back to business. What have they got lined up for us next? Quite a bit, actually. I received a report from the Washington early this morning outlining several potential crisis situations revolving around a number of rogue superhumans. Reports indicate an escalation of vigilante activity in and around New York City, and our friends at Gate seem to have formed some manner of strike force headed up by a being claiming to be a legendary Supreme. Supreme? What are they doing? Signing people up in the senior citizens plan? Give me a break. Nevertheless, he would appear to be back. That's really secondary importance, however. Washington's primary concern right now is the group of renegades operating out of Southern California. Apparently, the prime investigator in this group has a history of both Youngblood and Project Born Again. Now there's something I'm all too familiar with. I should have guessed it was only a matter of time before they called us in to take care of these guys. What do we got on them? I'm outputting a hard copy of their file right now, Cabot. To be continued. It's been a long time coming, Battlestone, but it looks like we're finally going to get the chance to settle our differences once and for all, brother to brother. Treacher, hiking in the world safe for whatever. Bada bing. That was Blood Brothers Prelude, Bloodstrike. Number 1. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget this book and others is available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that subscribe button, please, and also give me a like if you want, or give me a dislike if you want. Tell me what's going on. Also, leave a comment down below. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me how to improve. Tell me what I could do. Whatever you need to tell me, all right? And as I always say...
That was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.